Hi, I'm Pat Binder. I'm reporting here live from the NCAT test track where the construction activities for the 8th cycle of the track are just wrapping up. I'm standing here on section S9, which is a section that's built. Okay, I've just got word that the press conference is about to start back at the NCAT headquarters, so we're going to send it back to them.
Well, hey everybody, first off, we'd like to congratulate every test section that we built this year. They were formidable, they all brought their best, and we're grateful we were able to come out on top. All the credit to God for providing us with the stamina and the skill to persevere. This was very much a team effort, and the whole team gets credit for the win. It takes resources to run a program like this. We'd like to thank all the agencies and the donors that meet those needs. Of course, the NCAT pavement test track is located here at Auburn University. This means the Alabama section's a must-win for us, but every section's equally important, and we have to be prepared to build them all as perfectly as possible. It takes a great game plan to long haul the aggregates, asphalts, and admixtures from all over the country to make that happen. Agencies count on our accelerated testing program to implement change that makes roads last longer, and it all starts with construction. At this time, I'll open up for a few questions.
Must be hard to keep so many boosters happy, Buzz. How many states do you have involved in the program?
When you count the partnership that we have with Minroad, we do business with about 2/3 of the states in the country. So we do a lot of work that's non-conference up in the northern part of the United States. We work really hard in partnership with our friends up in Minnesota to generate research findings, implementable research findings that meet the needs of our funding partners all over the country.
So we've heard you talk about how this is a rebuilding year. How often does that happen?
That's a great question. We rebuild the NCAT pavement test track every 3 years. And that, especially now, you know, there's big logistical challenges associated with that. And it took a lot of planning to overcome supply chain disruptions that everybody's dealing with right now all over the country. We also rebuild the NCAT, the Minroad test sections every 3 years, but on a one year offset from what we do here. So while we're wrapping up construction here, we're also beginning the planning process for the next test sections that we'll build in Minroad next summer. Next.
Yeah, what were some of your biggest challenges you faced?
Some of the biggest challenges really, as I said earlier, were related to the supply chain disruptions. It takes an incredible game plan from all of our special team coordinators to move aggregates and asphalts and admixtures from all over the country, from as far west as Oklahoma and Texas and as far east as Virginia, so that we can be equipped to build the test sections that we build and to address all the different schemes that we see on all these unique mixes and unique pavements that we build. So I would say that supply chain disruptions were the biggest challenge that we faced. Any other questions?
So have you studied enough film yet on your contractor to see how they're going to grade out on this rebuild?
We've looked at just a little bit of film. Obviously, we got to get, need a little bit of time to study it in depth, but we couldn't be prouder of our contractor, East Alabama Paving. They've been our workhorse since 2003. They ran their first mixes for us actually back in 2002, and since 2003, we've used their Aztec double barrel plant that has all kinds of bells and whistles on it that really make our job a lot easier on the field. So I really can't brag about them enough. We've had the same plant team and lab team and paving team since we started working with them back in 2003, and we didn't have any misfires at the plant. Everything worked perfectly, and the paving team didn't have a single fumble. So we're very proud of the effort that they invested in this build cycle.
So what do you think would be the biggest challenge that you faced during this campaign?
I think I've already answered that question, but it's if you weren't paying attention, then I would say it was the supply chain disruptions.
I heard there were some low air voids in some of these trials. What adjustments were made at the plant to address that problem?
I think that anybody that knows asphalt really knows the answer to that question. But anytime you've got low air voids. The only two ways to fix that are by adjusting the asphalt content or changing the gradation. And we certainly did some of that. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time answering obvious questions because really balanced mix design is, we think, the future of asphalt paving because we have tests that we can run now during construction, during production in real time. And within 3 or 4 hours, we can determine whether a mix is going to crack or it's going to rut. And that's really what we want, is good rutting performance and good cracking performance. So I think over time, volumetrics will be de-emphasized and we'll focus more on measurable mix properties during construction. Any other questions? Okay, well, let me be clear. We came to NCAT to help build a game-changing program where world-class laboratory testing and modeling can be validated by real-world performance on a full-scale track using actual truck traffic. And that's exactly what our team has done. There's nowhere else in the world that impacts the future of roadway infrastructure like the NCAT pavement test track. We're enjoying the victory today, but tomorrow we get back to work executing good research in this cycle and planning for the research needs of tomorrow. Thank you for your time, and War Damn Asphalt.